What's going on, guys? So today I'm pretty excited to show you guys the Zippo Lady Bradford. Recently I did a video talking about the Zippo Barcroft lighters. All right, that's the large table lighters, and in that video I kind of referenced one of the books that I have, which is right here, which we're going to reference again in a minute. And I was showing some different types of table lighters, and one of the lighters that was a little bit hard to find is the Lady Bradford. The Lady Bradford obviously was the woman's, I guess, version or the more feminine design table lighter. Extremely popular, and I've always wanted one, but after I made the Barcroft video, I really tried to hunt one down. And they do pop up on eBay. They do get, you know, quite a bit of money in some cases. Just depends on who's looking. But in this case, the timing just happened to work out good. I was really just following everyone that was on eBay. There's only a couple of them. But this one, the price was right. And it ended at a weird time. I think sometimes that gives you an advantage with eBay. If an auction ends at like 3 in the morning or something, you have a better chance of getting it than if it ends, let's say, I don't know, on a Saturday afternoon, when more likely people are home and ready to, you know, watch those auctions and, you know, snipe at the very end and, you know, throw their bids up in the last like 50 seconds and stuff. So anyway, long story short, the price was right. I went ahead and got one. So now I have one for the collection, which I'm very excited about. It is a table lighter. All right, you can see it has some different lines in it though. A lot more going on than the Barcroft. The Lady Bradford is pretty sexy. It's a sexy looking table lighter. Works just like the other one. We have a lid on top here. This one happens to have the original insert, which is super, super cool. All right, let me give you a close up of that. You can see the patent 2032695, made in the USA. It does spark, all right, because I put a new flint in there. But yeah, very, very cool, all original. This one happens to be in really good shape. If you look down, and I should have showed you this in the Barcroft lighter as well. I showed you the wick. It's gonna be hard to see down there, but there is cotton fill or rayon fill, all right, in the bottom. So this does accept extra fluid. So you basically, to fill this, you would put some fluid in the base here, okay, which would saturate that material towards the bottom. Then you would fill your insert. So when the insert started to dry up a little bit, it would suck up and absorb more of that fluid. So it does last a little bit longer than a standard insert, which is kind of cool. But yeah, there it is. All right, it does shut. Stays shut, which is very nice. Fully functional. You would open it like that and spark it up. The felt on the bottom here is actually in fantastic condition. And what's really cool about this one is that it's sterile. Oftentimes when you see these, you know, the Barcroft lighters, especially these Lady Bradfords, they almost always have some kind of engraving. Because these were gifts. You'd buy these at like jewelry stores and stuff, you know, and shopping malls, and you would give them as gifts to people. So a lot of times it'd be a random, you know, initial. Could be like a K or a J or an R, whatever. I mean, hey, pick a letter. Or it can have, you know, 3 initials or something. So it was extra special to me that this one was completely sterile, okay? Because although it's cool to have these vintage lighters, I don't want one with like a random initial that has nothing to do with me. If it happens to be a J, cool, or a C for Christina, or an S for Smith or something, that's cool. But like, you know, Q or Z, you know, or B, it just doesn't mean anything, you know? So it's just, I don't know, it's a bonus that it was sterile. But yeah, let me give you a top shot here, rotate it around a little bit. It's just really cool. It has a lot of shape, you know, compared to the very simple Barcroft lighters. So first off, before I even reference this book, I printed some pictures for you guys to see. Because I posted on Instagram recently, I was in a grocery store and I saw an I Love Lucy like tribute magazine, basically all about the history and the, you know, the actors and actresses and stuff. And it was really fascinating because of the timing, because I had just bought this and I was at the grocery store. I didn't even get it yet, it was in the mail. And I was looking through here, and one of the things with the Lady Bradford, excuse me, I want to say Lady Barcroft, but that's wrong. This is a Lady Bradford. Is that it was often appeared on the I Love Lucy show. All right, so I printed just some random pictures to show that. And unfortunately, this one in the bottom corner is very dark, but you may be able to still see it. It is on the table right there. Lady Bradford Zippo. All right, here you can see it in her hand. She obviously has a disguise on, you know, with her cigarette holder there. Don't forget too, you know, I Love Lucy. I mean, this is an era where everyone smoked, and they smoked on TV, and it was totally fine. It was totally normal. But they always had some kind of table lighter going on, all right? And the Lady Bradford was a frequent flyer, all right? So you can see it right here on the table as well, right there. Always available, always a lighter, always an ashtray. That's just how it was. Everyone smoked. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't bad or anything. In fact, I Love Lucy, the characters, they did a lot of cigarette commercials as well. But here's another photo. All right, and there it is on the table. The Lady Bradford next to a big old ashtray and a pack of smokes. So it's just super cool, the tie there, you know, in case there happens to be I Love Lucy fans or something. If you happen to be a Zippo fan, a Zippo collector, and you like the show I Love Lucy, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Oh, there I am. I can see. I was looking up, looking up at the walls, and then when I looked down at the camera here, you could see my reflection. So anyway, yeah. So it's on the I Love Lucy show quite frequently, which is very cool. Just kind of like a little bonus, little history there. And I printed up an ad here. All right, Lady Bradford. It says, "Nobody ever received this gift before. Zippo's new and glorious, beautiful table lighter. Give this newest, brightest of all gifts, created just in time for Christmas giving. Luxuriously plated with tarnish-proof rhodium, a platinum group metal. $12.50 was the original price for it. All right, back in 1949 when it was released." All right. I also printed this ad. Same thing. Nobody ever received this gift before. This was in a paper, the Saturday Evening Post, and I believe this is also 1949, but I'm looking around, I don't see a date on this one. But similar thing. All right, so now I'm going to break out this book again, and we're going to read a little bit about it. All right, and other table lighters as well. So you can see it featured here. This is the one with the B on it for George Blaisdell. This is his personal one. So actually a little thing here says, Lady Bradford Table Lighter. This was George G. Blaisdell's personal lighter. It remained on his desk since its introduction in 1949. So that was his favorite. So let me start here real quick, even though this is not all about the Lady Bradford. The Bardcroft 10 table lighter, introduced in 1938, was discontinued in 1941. The slightly shorter version was introduced in 1947, originally called the number 10. The lighter was renamed the Deluxe All-Purpose Table Lighter and priced at $10. The second Bardcroft table lighter was introduced in 1950. This model had a two-tier base, and its overall height was reduced by 1/4 inch. While it still had a very large fuel capacity, it also had a large area in the bottom of the lighter for an extra wick. The top of the lighter was very wide, almost twice the size of a regular Zippo, and used one large hinge. The name Zippo was placed on the felt on the bottom of the table lighters. In 1949, Blaisdell introduced a new elegant table lighter, the Lady Bradford. Zippo declared it, quote, "a triumph in design," end quote. Zippo's advertising leaflet at the time stated, quotes, "different from any other table lighter on the market. It was created by one of America's foremost industrial designers and executed in shimmering rhodium plate by expert craftsmen. A perfect combination of classic grace and modern efficiency. It's designed for quick, easy operation, easy to light, easy to refuel. The perfect gift for a lovely home or well-appointed office," end quote. From the date of its introduction, this table lighter, the Lady Bradford, was always to be seen on Blaisdell's desk. In 1953, the fourth Bardcroft was introduced. While it had the same look and feel as the third table lighter, it was manufactured to use the same inside unit as the pocket lighter. It came out in two variations, a chrome model and a gold plate. And it goes on, but obviously on different table lighters. So I just want to focus on the Lady Bradford here. But here is another advertisement here that says, advertising leaflet used in 1950 to introduce and promote the Lady Bradford. So super, super cool. Again, something different, totally a collector's item. You know, you wouldn't just randomly pick one of these up and just use it without knowing much about it. You're probably not going to find this very often. However, you never know. It could be a garage sale or something. Someone's grandmother or grandfather had one of these and it's just sitting there, and it's just like, you know, no one in the household smokes. They don't really care. It's just a lighter. It's whatever. You know, that's what's really interesting in our world is that one person's treasure. I mean, this means so much to me. To someone else, it's absolute garbage. They have no use for it. They don't care about it. They don't care about Zippo. They don't care about lighters. They don't care about collecting. means nothing. You know what I mean? So maybe you get lucky. Maybe you do find this at a church sale or garage sale or a swap meet or something, and the person who has it just doesn't care much about it and they sell it for $5, you know. But more or less, if you do find these, it's probably someone selling it who knows what it is, and it's probably going to cost you. This one did cost me, but I still feel like I got a deal on it. I generally don't buy anything I don't feel like I'm getting a deal. You know, there's a lot of collectibles out there, and pretty much anything's for sale. If you have a bunch of money, you can buy anything. You know, I would love, absolutely love, an original Zippo, like a mid-30s model Zippo that's still around. You know, I'll have a couple $1,000s to pay for one, you know, but someone else there does, you know. So if someone's making an extreme amount of money every year and they have a big savings and they want to get into the hobby, they could buy everything, you know. For me, it's the hunt is what's most fun, you know, the excitement. Especially like eBay, because you are auctioning things or buying things that are at auction and you're bidding on it and you're competing against other people, you know, and the best price wins. And that's what kind of makes it exciting as well. But, you know, having this little treasure in the collection it's just special. And what it makes me want to do is continue to look for and buy the other table lighters, which I'm probably going to do. Now that I have the Barcroft, or I've had the Barcroft for a while, and I have the Lady Bradford, I'm going to have to continue, possibly look for the other Barcrofts, because there were a couple of different ones. But I think my next focus is maybe like the Handy Light or the other table lighters, like the Corinthians. So this is what I'm talking about, some of the other table lighters here. We have the Modern and the Corinthian, all right, on the sides here. You could find this one on eBay about $100. I don't, you know, I spent some money on the Lady Bradford, so I'm not going to do this anytime soon. But they do pop up. They're about $100 or so. The Handy Lights are all over the place. I've seen these for $50. I've seen this for $150. I've seen them for $300. I guess it just depends, you know, on the condition and so forth and whoever's selling them. But there are some other table lighters that I definitely want to collect. Now they have two of them. It's a different focus within the hobby. I'll always love Zippos, all kinds of Zippos, Vietnam era Zippos, just vintage Zippos, new ones that have cool designs on it. They'll always be interesting to me. I love the entire hobby of Zippo collecting. What makes it kind of fun and different is getting these oddball things that a lot of people don't know exist. There's a bunch of Zippo collectors that like Zippos, but they don't necessarily know about all the other products I made. They don't really know about the table lighters. They don't know about all the advertisement pieces that they pushed over the years. You know, the little tape measures. Some people have seen those before, some people haven't. Actually, I have one close by because I use it all the time. So hang on a second, it's in my desk drawer. This one's a little bit dirty on the bottom, a little pink crap, whatever that is. I got it like that, but I never cleaned it off. But you can see Zippo, manufacturing company, Bradford, Pennsylvania. All right, this has an advertisement on the front for Omaha Standard. It says Tri-State Utility Equipment Company in Evansville, Indiana. 812-477-5555. Actually, almost seems like a fake number, but the fives would be in the middle, I suppose. But yeah, this was a great platform for advertisements. George G. Blaisdell, the inventor of the Zippo, is a marketing guy. He made this fantastic lighter, and the lighter was a great vessel to sell stuff. You know, not only you're selling a lighter, but you're selling advertisements. They were business cards you can take, you know, the Zippo lighters. And so many early on Zippo lighters had advertisements on it. Companies would invest, say, okay, everyone loves these lighters, everyone smokes, everyone uses them. Let's slap our logo on there, our brand, a phone number, a contact. And as people smoke and use these, they're advertising for us. That was the whole idea. But George was smart in that. He said, yeah, these lighters are really cool, but people use other things. People need tape measures and pens, and he had all kinds of Zippo products over the years, not just lighters. And that's where it gets really fascinating with collecting, because there really is so many different stuff, you know, that he has put out over the years, and they're all collectible. It's all really fun. But obviously the lighter itself is the biggest focus. It always was the meat and potatoes of the company, and continues to be where the fame is. Everyone knows what a Zippo lighter is, whether you smoke or use them or not. Doesn't make a difference. You know, if you say Zippo lighter, most people know what that is. Maybe newer generations don't. If you ask a 10-year-old right now, hey, you know what a Zippo lighter is? Probably not. But maybe that's something it's just one of those things. Whereas, you know, the future goes on, maybe the Zippo lighter is something that's fading away. There's much less people who smoke these days. Cigarettes are very much a negative thing. You know, smoking's a very negative thing. And who knows, maybe in the future it just fades away. You know, like other stuff, like bowling alleys. You know, people like the bowl, but it's kind of a dying breed. You know what I mean? So just one of those things. But anyway, I did want to share this. This Lady Bradford is a very exciting pickup. And I'm going to continue to look for table lighters. That's my focus. Of course, you know, in between, I have so many hobbies. So it's not like I'm sitting here 24/7 doing this, but once in a while, it's cool to break away, you know, focus on one thing specifically, then go back to something else. But lately, it's really been Zippo-related stuff and the table lighters even more specifically. So it was a cool pickup, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.